One is very crazy when in love. The goal of all life is death. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Love and work, work and love, that's all there is. Men are more moral than they think, and far more immoral than they can imagine. Opposition is not necessarily enmity. It is merely misused and made an occasion for enmity. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The tendency to aggression is an innate, independent, instinctual disposition in man. It constitutes the powerful obstacle to culture. The act of birth is the first experience of anxiety, and thus the source and prototype of the effect of anxiety. The psychoanalysis of neurotics has taught us to recognize the intimate connection between wetting the bed and the character trait of ambition. What progress we are making! In the Middle Ages they would have burned me. Now they are content with burning my books. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs his conduct in the world. The conscious mind may be compared to a fountain playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious from which it rises. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. If a man has been his mother's undisputed darling, he retains throughout life the triumphant feeling, the confidence in success, which not seldom brings actual success along with it. Every normal person, in fact, is only normal on the average. His ego approximates to that of the psychotic in some part or other, and to a greater or lesser extent. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is, what does a woman want? The goal towards which the pleasure principle impels us, of becoming happy, is not attainable. Yet we may not, nay, cannot, give up the efforts to come nearer to realization of it by some means or other. He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. Illusions commend themselves to us because they save us pain and allow us to enjoy pleasure instead. We must, therefore, accept it without complaint when they sometimes collide with a bit of reality against which they are dashed to pieces. Obviously, one must hold oneself responsible for the evil impulses of one's dreams. In what other way can one deal with them? unless the content of the dream, rightly understood, is inspired by alien spirits. It is part of my own being. Sigmund Freud was born Sigismund Schlomo Freud, 6 May 1856, was an Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, a clinical method for evaluating and treating pathologies in the psyche through dialogue between a patient and a psychoanalyst.